I'm going to explain about commercial bank. A commercial bank is a financial institution that accepts a deposit for the public and it gives loans for the purpose of consumption and investment to make a profit. It can also refer to a bank or a division of a large bank that deals with corporations of a large middle-sized businesses. It is differentiated from the retail banks and the investment banks. Commercial banks includes private sector banks and public sector banks. However, central banks functions differently from commercial banks. Despite a common micro commercial bank, commercial banks accepts various types of deposit from the public, especially from its clients, including saving account deposits and fixed deposit. These deposits are returned whenever the customer demands it after a certain time period. Commercial bank provides loans and advances of the various forms, such as cash credit, bill discounting, money, etc. They also give demand and term loans to all type of clients against a purpose security. They also act as the truthless of the willingness of the customer, etc.
Going to explain about a private commercial. A private commercial bank is a type of financial institute that is owned and operated by private individuals, groups, and corporations rather than being a state owned or public. These banks operate to make profit and typically serve a broad range of customers, including individuals, business, and corporates. Uh, Now, key factorization of private commercial banks. Profit driven. Yep. A primary goal is to generate profit and the shareholders are owner. Ownership, they are owned by a private entities or investments, not by a government. Services, private commercial banks offers a variety of financial services including saving and checking accounts and foreign exchanges. A public commercial bank is a financial institution that is owned and operated by a government or a government entity. These banks are focused on providing financial services such as saving and checking accounts, loans, and credit finances. But unlike private commercial banks, they are not profit driven. Instead, their goal to is often serve the public interest, promote financial inclusions, and support national economic development. Key characterization of public commercial banks. Government ownership. These banks are owned either fully or partially by the government. They may be listed on stock exchanges but with the empty shares held by the state. Public served focus. While they do generate profits, their primarily mission is to serve public and promote economic stability. They may profitize financial inclusion by offering low interest and loans and accessible bank services. Regulations. Public banks are highly regulated by the government with having strict oversight to ensure that the public policy goals. The example for this bank is Bank the example for a commercial bank is a State Bank of India and a Bank of America.
Going to explain about regional rural banks are specialized financial institutions that were established to provide banking services in rural and semi-rural areas. And they aim to promote financial inclusion by offering affordable credit and financial services to unserved populations, especially farmers, small entrepreneurs, and rural households. RRBs play a crucial role in rural development and poverty alleviation. Key characteristics of regional rural banks. First one, rural focus. RBS primarily operate in rural areas with a focusing on providing banking services to rural farmers, small business, and low-income households. Ownership structures. RRBs are typically jointly owned by the government, public sector banks, and sometimes state governments. The government holds the majority stake. Affordable credit. RRBs offer affordable and accessible credit to rural populations who might not have access to traditional commercial banks. Financial inclusions. They aim to bring the unbanked population into the formal banking system, offering services such as savings account, loans, and deposits.
Cooperative banks. The cooperative banks are financial institutions that are owned and operated by their members, who are typically individuals or groups with a common interest, such as residents, community workers, or farmers. Unlike commercial banks, which are profit-driven, cooperation banks focus on serving the needs of their members, often providing financial services like savings accounts, loans, and credit at competitive rates. Uh, Key characteristics of corporation bank include members are both of the owners and customers of the bank. Democratic control. Each member typically has one vote, rectify of their financial contribution, promoting democratic decision making. Focus on local community. Cooperative banks often profit community development and social welfare.